He's an existential threat to democracy. That's what we heard during the election cycle. Post-election, he gets inaugurated, Doge springs into action, and now we have a constitutional crisis. The pearl clutching, the everything is everything with the Democrats because all they've got now is meltdown. They have no control. They don't have the House, they don't have the Senate, they don't have the White House, they don't have the Supreme Court. But Donald Trump has actually got them. They walked right into the trap.
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty. Welcome to the Afternoon Drive. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and once you are, smack the bell, click the word all. That will give you notification of my rants, my ravings, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please like and share this video. It's the only way that we can get the word out that we're here. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of the Afternoon Drive. I got a great video clip that you need to stand by for from Jimmy Dore, who has done a great breakdown in explaining how Donald Trump, through Doge, actually laid a trap that the Democrats didn't see coming and they've walked right into. Now, before I get there, the thing that just is astounding to me, and not just those of us on the conservative side of the new media, but even on the progressive side, even among some senators and some congresspeople, because they're getting the feedback now from their constituency, even they're saying the obvious when it comes to the Democrats and the resistance. You seem to be fighting the guys that are exposing the corruption, and you don't seem to be at all upset about the corruption that's been exposed. Look at the fact that Elon Musk and his team have just discovered the hundreds of billions of dollars, or I should say hundreds of millions of dollars, that get wasted annually through Social Security and the IRS when it comes to giving payments to people who are 150 years old. The likelihood that they're still alive is nil to none to zero. So the fact that we're sending out millions and millions of dollars annually in Social Security payments to people who are dead, where is that money going? Who's getting that money? Who's cashing that money? Who's taking that money? See, is it really that they don't want us to find out where this money is going, because how much of it is actually kickbacks to the people in power themselves? I mean, these little gravy trains are being exposed. That's what they're screaming about. That's what they're riling about. That's what they're upset about. And it's nothing more, nothing less. You know, first it was, we must do this for the children when they stood out there protesting in front of the Department of Education, Mad Maxine Waters and her too tight James Brown wig. I demand you let me in there. Show me your identification. It's funny. I thought IDs were racist, Maxine, especially in polling places. But now you wanted this poor security guard to show you his ID. He wouldn't let you in. And I mean, as they panned the Congress people that were there with her, they all look like escapees out of Jurassic Park. I mean, it looked like a protest at the nursing home because the kitchen ran out of Jell-O, and they're going to go, storm the kitchen to find more Jell-O. It wasn't playing with the American people. And now, over the weekend, new polling data came out on Sunday, and there is just overwhelming support for what Donald Trump is doing.
Donald Trump's favorability rating is actually higher than it ever was the first time around. Let me ask you, a recent poll by Marquette looked at several of the things that he has done or says that he is going to do. 60% favored deporting immigrants who entered the United States illegally. 59% favored declaring emergency at the southern border.
Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so.
He is at an all-time high in his approval rating. He didn't have these kind of numbers during Trump 1.0. And now Trump 2.0, it's absolutely just off the charts. The American people, and again, I still believe that 2020 election cycle needs a little investigation, needs some looking into. But I do see, and I'm going to say it, the providence of God, the sovereignty of God at work, and Donald Trump not having back-to-back terms in office, that 4 years of Biden in the deep state, where they took an election, I think it ultimately went to their head that they thought, that's it, we got it, we can now do whatever we want to do, and whatever narrative we give the American people, they'll either swallow it, but no matter what, they're going to have to go along with it. That was their intent, and they just went completely far left in their wokeism, and they got sold us out to big corporations, big pharma, big ag, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Along comes Trump, the anti-establishment guy, and the American people, not just Republicans, independents, libertarians. He carried the youth vote. He got the highest number of votes in 48 years from the black constituency, from Hispanic Americans, from Asian Americans. He won every demographic. He increased his vote count by 15 million votes from 2016. Let that sink in. He won the popular vote. It was an electoral landslide. Kamala expanded nothing, nowhere in the country. Donald Trump has made deep inroads into blue states like New York and California. He has a mandate from the people, and they want this. And so, of course, what do they want to do? They want to zero in on Elon. You didn't elect Elon. Well, you know what? We don't elect any of these bureaucrats that serve for 20, 30 years, and they're just these swamp dwellers. They have access to all of our private information. Who are we kidding ourselves? This hand-wringing that they're doing, that Elon has access to your personal information. Our personal information is out there. I got newsflash for you. All of our stuff is on the web and the dark web. It's out there. So let's get over the hand wringing. Let's get over the pretending that that there are other bureaucrats that haven't been spying on us. That's what Edward Snowden was exposing. That's what Julian Assange. We found out that our intel communities really weren't interested in the enemy over there, wherever the there happened to be, that the military-industrial complex was making money off of. But the enemy was here, you, me, us, especially conservative Christians. Monitoring what we're texting, what we're saying on cell phones, what we're emailing, etc., etc., etc. And now here comes Trump and Elon. Of course, they want to talk about he's 13 kids, and they want to talk about his moral life. Funny, we don't want to talk about Bill Clinton's moral life. We don't want to talk about some of these congressional leaders' moral lives. Elon, you're right, he hasn't been elected anything, but he's been appointed by Donald Trump with his team of young, I'm gonna just say what they are, really, really good authorized hackers. And now you've got the other agencies are now saying, okay, come on in. Come on in. This constitutional crisis, which was created by the Democrats and then pushed forward by libloon, unelected judges who were appointed by Democratic administrations. And now they're finding out that you've got, he's going to get into the Treasury. You've got Rand Paul wants him to go audit Fort Knox, see where our gold reserve actually is. Boom. He's gonna audit the Federal Reserve. Boom. This stuff is coming. And wait till he audits the CIA. Boom, double boom, shakalaka, boom. And notice they're not saying constitutional crisis anymore, because the dirty secret is Donald Trump outplayed him. He took something that was created by Barack Obama and approved by the Democratic Congress, an agency that they stopped using, all Donald Trump did was give it a new name, Doge. Bum, ba-dum, bum. And here with the full story, Jimmy Dore.
You know how the courts are trying to stop Doge from looking at things and exposing the waste? So he signed an executive order on Tuesday that requires federal agencies to work with the U.S. Doge service to cut their existing workforce and limit future hiring. The most explicit statement yet by the president that he supports large-scale cuts to federal workforce. The executive order gives billionaire Elon Musk's Doge tasked with finding government inefficiencies even more power than it has amassed in the first 3 weeks of the new administration. I like how they always refer to him as billionaire. Did they ever say that about Jeff Bezos? Did they say that about Soros? Did they say that? Did they say that about Bill Gates? Billionaire Bill Gates.
No.
The order installs a Doge team lead at each agency and gives that person oversight over hiring decision. Doge stands for Department of Government Efficiency. The directive instructs agency heads after the hiring freeze expires to recruit no more than one employee for every 4 who depart from the federal government, with exemptions for personal and functions related to public safety, immigration enforcement, and law enforcement. And it orders the agency head to promptly undertake preparations to initiate large-scale reductions in force consistent with applicable law. Eliminating 25% of the federal employees would cut the overall budget by 1%. We are going to overall budget of the federal government. We are going to be signing a very important deal today, Trump said in the Oval Office. He said that his administration has found billions and billions of dollars in waste, fraud, and abuse. Beside him was Musk, who said, if the bureaucracy is in charge, then what meaning does democracy actually have? It does not match the will of the people, so it's just something we've got to fix. Neither Trump nor Musk provided specifics about the corruption they found or how they plan to address it. Remember, this is written by the Washington Post. The Tuesday directive builds on, so this is the thing. It builds on executive orders and corresponding memos aimed at reshaping the bureaucracy made up of 2.3 million civilian employees into a smaller workforce loyal to Trump and his vision.
Oh, good. I hope those 2.3 million are homeless.
You mean loyal to the president of the United States and the government?
Who everyone voted for? They didn't vote for you?
Yeah. Here we go. Doge so far has moved to dismantle some U.S. agencies, pushed out hundreds of thousands of civil servants, and gained access to some of the federal government's most sensitive payment systems, prompting fierce pushback in the courts. The program is the Trump administration's blah, blah. They're getting a good deal, blah, blah, blah. But wait, I want to get to the good part. So the Doge is not actually a different organization that Trump invented. He's now piggybacking Doge on a thing that Obama invented. It's all legit. It turns out Trump and Musk didn't create it. Obama did. Obama created the United States Digital Service, USDS, in 2014 to provide a bureaucratic patch job to fix the Obamacare website after it launched in a flaming pile of shit. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, remember that?
Fast forward to 2025. Trump rebrands it Doge. So it's no longer USDS. He's just calling it Doge and keeps the acronym, keeps the funding, but gives it a whole new mission. So he's not inventing a new thing. He's just renaming it. It is legally untouchable because it was already fully funded and operational. Trump invokes 5 USC 3161, which allows him to create temporary hiring authorities. Doge team gets embedded inside every single federal agency. Each team consists of a lawyer, a human resources rep, a Zoomer nerd, and an investigator, and they all report to Doge, not the agency they're embedded in. Trump invokes 44 USC Chapter 35, which governs federal IT and cybersecurity oversight. Since the USDS was originally an IT oversight body, Doge now has full access to all federal data systems. This is a brilliant move. this is a brilliant move. So you know how the courts are mucking it up for Trump now? Now Trump found a way around it, and so he's just using it, a program that Obama invented and is already fully funded and already has access to everything. Executive orders are written to block legal challenges, including language that overrides conflicting executive orders. Executive orders every agency to comply. Refusing means they violate the presidential authority. Note, Congress, meaning the Senate Democrats and the House Democrats, they can't defund it because it's not a new program. It's just a repurposed one. The Justice Department can't sue for overreach because Trump used existing laws exactly as written. And Letitia James in the Southern District of New York are trying to file legal challenges, but they run into standing issues because DOJ operates within existing frameworks. Thank you, Barack Obama. You literally built the perfect deep state IT backdoor. Trump and Musk essentially just hacked the system and took the administrative controls. Musk now has legal oversight over every major agency's internal systems, and deep state can't stop it without rewriting multiple federal laws. The real Donald Trump legal team outplayed the system, and there's nothing anybody can do about it because Barack Obama actually created Doge.
Gotta love it.